welcome back to my channel. Today I want to show you my 2024 reading journal. I have pretty good handwriting, but what I don't have is like great penmanship or artistic skills. I'm not good at that thing. So I just wanted to walk you through it. And I'm still using this for some things. Firstly, these journals I got from Amazon. They're called minimalism art. Can you even see that? Minimalism art. Oh my god. And I like them because, as you will be able to see, they come with an index page that's 2 pages and they're dotted. So if I scroll to the back here, they're dotted. This is the large copy. I used to get the big ones, the smaller ones. These are 186 pages. So at the front here, you can see my index, my table of content, and I made an audiobook converter. I mean, I didn't make one. I just wrote out what like the number of hours equals to the number of pages. And I got pretty far, so pretty exciting. Here on the first page, page 1, is my rating system, DNF. I didn't actually record any of the DNFs this year except for Babbel. So on my first page, you see like my record of all my books. In the beginning of the year, I was gonna just like put them all here so you could like actually see them. But then I made them look more like a bookshelf. I did read 78 books. My goal that I wrote in my journal was 48 books, low pressure. And here is my reading log for 2024, pages read. I only went up to 100 pages, which I realized did not make a lot of sense because it's all blue. This was going to be my TV log tracker, but I kind of stopped doing that. And also I kept forgetting to fill it out. And then this is my Star Wars tracker, which I realized when I was writing it, putting it down, it became too long and it took up too many pages of my book, and I might not have had to use a brand new journal for 2025 if I didn't. So in January, I made this little wintry spread and I thought it looked pretty good. And I wrote out the 4 books that I wanted to read in January. And then I just like did them all together. I got access to a color printer at some point in January, which was very exciting for me. Put some Star Wars stickers in there. And then I did do a January wrap-up page. And then here's my February spread. Very cute. I am just going to walk you through these because I think they're really cute. Here is like my full page Time Is an Illusion. There's my Harry Potter page. Watch some Star Wars, and then a February wrap-up. I went to see Lisa Frankenstein in February in theaters, which I really liked. Here's March, same thing, but I put my wrap-up on the same page. So that's March. Here's some strawberries. Here's April. I put my wrap-up on the same page in April as well. And then I started trying to space them out a little bit more. This was a terrible movie, Argyle. And then I ended up with, I did a full page, like 2 pages to separate May, and I didn't put any like TBRs because I really just was not sticking to them. And then I did put just like a little half page of like what my goals were, and then I would use the other half page for my wrap-up. Here's a terrible desert thing I drew. It just like doesn't look good, but I did watch read Dune in May. And then in May, I did a whole Star Wars section because I like read a lot of Star Wars. I went to see The Phantom Menace in theaters, which was really fun. I finished watching Bad Batch, and I watched The Tales of the Empire, and I read Midnight to Horizon, and the 2 middle grade High Republic books, and Padawan. And then because it was on an odd number page, I did 1 page June cover, which I think it looks pretty cute, even though I do not know how to draw anything. And then my TBR and my wrap-up page, and I went back to like shoving them all on the same page. I don't know why. I literally don't think it looks as good. But I did finish watching Doctor Who with like no regard to anything. in July, I didn't even like put pictures in it in July, and it's just these 2 pages. This page is stupid. This was going to be a reading schedule for the end of the year because I had like 16 books I wanted to read like as of November 5th. I did not do that. And then this is my second TV page because I was like, ugh, I gotta still log it. Here is my Read Across America page. I am gonna keep filling this out every time I do read a book in these different states. I'm glad I didn't read anything for New Jersey. I was listening to Hidden Pictures, which is a book that takes place in New Jersey, just across the bridge. But I didn't want to finish reading it, so I didn't. Here's August. I started, I think, just like putting everything on its own page. Here's my mushrooms. And I did do a little TBR page, and then I was going to do a wrap up, but I just didn't. But the thing that I started doing in September is something I'm going to continue to do, which is like separate everything by like type of book I read. So I am like not taking classes, but like doing reading specifically for like readers I designed. Maybe I'll do like something on that at some point. But so here are some things that I read for my like academic reading. And then here are all of my podcasts and movies and TV shows. You will see Archer reappear. And I do a full 2 pages for my book club. So here are like my thoughts, and here are like some of the reading questions that I found online to ask at the book club. Here are my ghosties. I really do like my October ghosts. They're very cute. Book club. I did go see Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, so I did cut it out, and I think that part looks really good. Here are some podcasts, and I did watch Jennifer's Body in October, and fiction. I was trying to think, yeah. Here's the one thing I read for my fake class in October. November. I didn't finish Babel, so RIP. Mostly I ran out of time to finish Babel, but like I just didn't really like it. Wicked. And then my favorite thing in the world is like turn the page, there's Harry Potter and the Cursed Child again, turn the page. Some tea bags. Those are just the lyrics. Here's where I ended up with like a lot of blank pages in my notebook because I was like leaving space for more books in case I read them. So like I made my December cover early. This is supposed to be puzzle pieces, which you literally can't tell, but it doesn't look super bad, but it doesn't look great. And then this is done with colored pencils, so I obviously ran off. Here's my December reader, which technically I was supposed to be finished with by December 13th, but I was reading until the end of the year. And then I did see Wicked twice, like in close succession. I watched Die Hard for the first time. You cannot even read that. That is hysterical. And then I did just write for myself like a little course review of the courses that I designed for myself to take. And I read the Wreck the Halls. This page actually looks pretty good, even though it's very messy. And here are more mushrooms. So I think that's pretty much it. Here are my 2024 wrap up. They're mostly notes for myself. And on this page are my like best books for my 30th year, because I'll be turning 29, so it's my 30th year on Earth. Isn't that crazy? So one 5-star book for every year I've been alive. There's a lot of these because like I read them at certain points in my life, like are different books. So like this is The Thief by Megan Whalen Turner, and then Harry Potter, and then The Lightning Thief, and then 3 Maggie Stiefvater books in a row. But when you get down, it's like more adult fiction. But I do have Soledad, which was published in 2001 by Angie Cruz, and Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel, the 5th season by N.K. Jemisin, Sourdough by Robin Sloan, which I cannot shut the hell up about. Nothing to See Here by Kevin Wilson. Catherine House by Elizabeth Thomas. Now Is Not the Time to Panic by Kevin Wilson. Julia by Sandra Newman, which was published in 2023. Absolute banger. I read it at the very beginning of last year. Embargo's Got Money Trouble by Ruthie Thorpe was already got a 5-star in 2025. So it's looking good. Here are the 30 books published in any year that I want to read this year, and this is going to be my best 29. I don't know if it's going to be my best 29 books I've ever read, best 29 books I read in 2025, or I think those are really pretty much the only two options. Because this is, I can't just recreate this list here. And here's some graphs. This one shows, I actually don't know, genre. So science fiction. Honestly, I think it's supposed to go like above. I didn't do a counting. Star ratings. I actually felt like I did not have a very good year, but I actually had more 4 stars. And then the second most number of stars I had was 5. So I guess I did have a good year of reading. And then number of books. And just in case there's any confusion, 10. I read 10 books in November and in January. Format, mostly audio. I'm really trying to like have this look a lot different this year, but so far not so good. And here are my reading goals for 2025. Read 72 total books. I want to aim for about 49% of those books to be physical. That could be e-reader or like paper. Read 10 nonfiction books, which is definitely pretty high for me. I would love to finish The Raven Cycle once and for all. I want to participate in half of the book clubs that I'm currently running. Honestly, if I only participate in 6, that might even be good, because that means other people are like participating. I do want to read at least 3 plus Shakespeare plays, but I have a pretty good feeling I will accomplish that. And find a 5-star book published in 24, which I already did, 21, and 2025. So, and here is my booktube schedule. Reading journal flip through. So, and then I do still have blank pages at the back, but for now I'm just gonna leave them blank and like maybe fill them in with like more challenges and goals, because for 2025 I have this purple journal. It came with stencils. Wait, I might have my name in it. I do. I have my name and my phone number. 2025. Don't text me. Don't text. I have my reading tracker. So it's currently the 17th. So I'm clearly like behind by a couple days. But I'm gonna try to do more colors on my bullet journal. I mean, still wait. No, I only went up to 50 last year. So this goes up to 100. Like, it's not likely that I'm going to like actually physically read more than 100 pages, and at the beginning of the year I'm always better about like reading audiobooks. Here are my like other goals. 48 books total. That's a different number, you might have noticed. 4 nonfiction books, also a different number. 1 physical book my shelf month. We're more than halfway through January, and I actually don't think I'm going to do that this month. Rip. But I did finish the Murderbot Diaries, at least until like they're published. It looks like there might be another book coming out this summer. I kind of think they've hit their stride. I like worn out the shtick, to be perfectly honest with you. And I did technically finish the Imperial Ratch series, but there are like supplementary books, prequels, supplementary books that take place. And I only have 48 books drawn on here so far. I can definitely fit more, like in general, in case I run out of room, because this bookshelf definitely looks smaller than the one I wrote last year. I also left space for 96, no, 7, my handwriting, 76 books here, so I can just like look back and like also make a note of the rating and the format. And here's my first TBR page and cover page. So I'm logging what I want to watch, and if I watched it. I have a special Star Wars section, the book club book, my school books, again, I'm not in school, and my regular fiction TBR. Here I'm probably going to write like my favorite song of the month. And then I haven't written anything for my book club because I haven't done it yet. But I do have a couple of things written already. These are just podcast, TV, and other media. So I watched Waitress with my friend last weekend. So I put that in there. And these are the books I've read. These are on the same page because they're both books in the Murderbot Diaries. I normally would just separate them. And that's it. Everything else in this book is empty. So I probably will know more or less how many more books I'm going to read this month in the next like couple of days, like finish. So I'll leave that many pages and then just like do my February spread here probably. This one doesn't have a table of contents, so I'm not like worried about, I don't have to record that part. And I'll just do that. So that was a walkthrough of my 2024 and the beginning of my 2025 reading journals. I hope you like this video. I don't know how to do these kind of videos, or if there's anything else like you would put in a reading journal. Mostly it's for me to like record my like what books I read, anything else. So I sometimes have thoughts I do not want to share with every single person, especially if I'm like still thinking about like I'm still digesting the book, especially if I don't really even have that much to say. Like I still want to like record that I read it and like that I had a thought or two, even if all I read is I didn't really have any thoughts. So that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. I feel like my hands look really red. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.